So one of the early things you do when you are going backpacking is having to pick a pack. So this pack here, the Jansport Carson 80, has been the pack that I've used for the last 4 years. It was the first pack that I've purchased and is one that I still use. See that it's an external frame pack, which means it has a metal frame that forms the basic structure of the pack, along with a lot of the normal features such as the waist belt, straps, and buckles. One of the advantages of this pack is that it is an 80-liter pack. It's got lots of space, which is handy in the early days of backpacking when you don't really want to spend a whole lot of money buying small light stuff that you'll find out you don't want. Some of its other features are on the inside of the pack. It's got lots of zippers, lots of straps, lots of places to buckle things down, loads of space. It has space on the inside for the back, for the sleeping bag, some dedicated space, but some people might find that a little bit frustrating. It's not exactly the easiest to get your sleeping bag in and out of that space. As an external frame pack, one of its advantages are I have a family of 4, and wanting to take my family backpacking, I found it very useful to be able to hold a lot more than its 80-liter capacity. With the external frame, you have lots of lash points and you can actually fit significantly more than what you might expect. Some of its disadvantages, though, I mean, being a fairly light pack, it's not the lightest in the world. It's cheap, and with its inexpensiveness, being less than $100, is instructions. It has basically none. So it took me probably about 1.5 years to actually figure out how to wear this pack properly. There's a good number of adjusting points, pins to adjust the straps. You have belts and straps just about everywhere, and figuring out how to change them and how to adjust them, it's something you have to figure out on your own. There's nowhere on the internet that I could find that showed me where to go and how to adjust it. One of its other disadvantages, are some of the disadvantages associated with external frame packs in general, is that it's sitting on your back and you don't have a lot of flexibility space behind you because the frame and the pack are going to get in the way. Its last disadvantage is that when you look at the pack, the bottom bar underneath, which provides some extra space, you can store a sleeping bag or a sleeping pad or even a small tent just in the space underneath the pack itself. But I found that it sits a bit low. I found that when you're trying to sit down and maybe do a rock scramble, it gets caught on things, and some of the evidence speaks for itself. So this is the Jansport Carson 80. It is fantastic as a beginner's pack because it's not expensive, it's reasonable weight, and it lets you carry a lot of stuff as you figure out what you need and what you want and what you don't want. But its disadvantages are, of course, that there's not a lot of instructions. It's not quite as flexible or lightweight as you could get with an internal frame pack or even a frameless pack overall. But there you have it. Obviously there'll be lots of questions later about external versus internal. Each of them have their advantages and disadvantages, but this has been the pack that I've used extensively over the past 4 years, and I'll probably still continue to use it, taking my family out and enjoying the great outdoors.